Call the select board meeting for March 23rd to order. Mr. Spalding, will you lead us in the pledge again?
Again?
You remember it, right?
I do.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Need a motion to approve the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda for March 23rd, 2026.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? I will say we got a pretty full agenda tonight, so we're gonna try to stay on task as best we can. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the minutes for March 9th?
Make a motion to approve the minutes for March 9th, 2026.
I'll second it.
Discussion?
I do. I have a few things. On the first page, present on Zoom, the last name on the line there, Patrina to Real, is that spelled correctly or?
I believe so.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
okay.
There just should be a capital T.
No,
No?
no, that's correct.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
And
Unusual, but correct.
then on page 5, under traffic ordinance, provided draft number 2 to the select board. Second line down, it says the traffic ordinance does not reference e-bikes. It says M. Jones stated there are 3 classifications for e-bikes. I think that was Mark Brown that stated there was 3 classifications for e-bikes.
Was.
It was.
That was all I had.
I wasn't here, but I got a couple questions.
Certainly. You go first.
Okay, on page 4, under the highway department, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line down, it says this is ready to be used this summer. It sounded to me like that was a question mark, not a statement. Down further, where it starts, R. Newton, second line, it says we'll be applying for a grant. It should be from the state, I would think, not for the state.
That is correct.
And on page 5, on with the license applications, it said all voted in favor. Mark never votes in favor of tobacco.
He did this time though, I
He did.
think.
Oh, okay.
I had agreed to before the meeting because we didn't think there would be a quorum without that vote. And because we had made arrangements, Mike had made arrangements to catch a few things up
Okay.
before we approved it, and I agreed that I would vote for it under that circumstance.
Okay, on that same part, the second line up that says M. Jones, the taxes have been resolved, I would think it would say M. Jones said. I think said should be put in there.
Stated.
I don't think it's the Duncan Foundation on the Sand Hill. It's similar, but it's not Duncan. I don't know the word.
What page are you on?
Yeah, what is that,
Oh,
Mary?
I'm sorry, on page 6, down under status of Sand Hill.
It's Dungeon or something, isn't it?
Johnson.
It isn't Duncan, though.
Correct.
And up at the top of that page, when we're talking about, again, Mark Brown, it's under the village store. This is Mark Brown, we should. I would think Mark Brown said we should.
Said.
I'm sorry, what was that one?
On page 6,
Yeah.
right up here at the top. Mark Brown said
Right
we
behind discussion, Mike.
Okay, yep, got it, thanks.
And Arsteel made a motion to enter into executive session. I believe is personnel, but it didn't say, it just said under Title I, 313, am I correct? Doesn't say whether it's personnel or real estate or what it is, but I think it's personnel.
Personnel is 313-3A-3.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so it
it's
was personnel.
personnel. That's all I have. So you can't get rid of me even when I'm gone.
Mark or Bob, do you have anything?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm good.
Couple little things, page 2, bottom paragraph, the word department should be substituted for rec center because it's not, these sports are not unique to the rec center, they're part of the rec department. So that should read, transition these sports to the rec department, fall soccer and winter basketball, and then the requested recreation department take on basketball. So that's, then on page 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth line down, or fourth line down, Maddie is the head coach, but I don't recall Maddie's surname. That probably should be in there.
I don't believe we knew it at the time.
Oh, okay, well. If we ever want to call them, we'll have a hard time figuring out who they are. Charlie Brown can help me out on this one, on page 4. It says Rob Steele made the motion to appoint Rob Spalding and with Charlie Brown as an alternate. I don't believe you agreed to accept that, did you, Charlie?
Oh, no, good catch.
But you almost got drafted anyway, so if you're still declining to be an alternate, we're gonna have to change the minutes.
He hasn't declined it yet. Don't push that either. It's still open for discussion.
Well, he hasn't accepted it yet.
Okay, that's good, I'll go with that, but
So we have to rewrite that so that, to take out Charlie Brown as an alternate. Because I was pretty confident you didn't accept the nomination at that meeting. Let's see, anything else, or is that all I got? No, there's one more thing. Page 6, status of Sand Hill. My statements, I believe that we should honor the wishes of the residents of the town, not the property.
where does it say that?
Second line down.
Second line down.
Of
We need to
underneath,
change that word property to town. And I think that's all I had, pretty sure. Yeah, that's it. Usually you guys get them all. You're not on the ball this time.
I wasn't here,
Okay.
I was in the Bahamas.
Any more discussion for the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
aye,
Citizens' comments, items not on the agenda.
that was painful.
Sue? You have to come up here and tell us who you are, Sue.
Okay. My name's Sue Carolus, and I'm happy to be here tonight to invite the members of the select board to attend a book talk that's being co-hosted by the Castleton Free Library and the Castleton Women's Club on Wednesday, April 8th at 5 o'clock, 5 to 6:30. And we are having a national book finalist author here. He wrote the book Gather, and it takes place in rural Vermont. And it's about a young man, a young teen, who's living in poverty and navigating quite a few struggles in his life. And actually, what I want to say to you is, it's really a very true-to-life story about a kid who represents a lot of kids here in Vermont, okay? And these are kids that maybe don't have the access or the privileges that many kids do have, okay? But they've got the talent and they've got the passion to be successful. And this is an opportunity for us to kind of come together as a community and look at what we're doing to support kids, okay, who do have needs, and to support them in becoming much more resilient in their life. I've certainly had an opportunity to work very closely with kids in that situation. And Ken Cotto, who's the author of the book, is the principal of Oxbow High School in Bradford, Vermont. I know how busy your schedules are, but I also want to say that I see Castleton really moving forward to serve kids, okay? Both in the school and what you've done with Crystal Beach and what you're doing here at the Community Rec Center. And all of that, I think, is really important. So I hope if you have some time that you stop by. I certainly would not consider that if I don't see you there, that you don't care. I'd say you have a busy schedule, okay? But, thanks, Mike, for getting back to me, because I was trying to email all of you, and I was getting emails bounced back. But hopefully you got the information, and thanks so much. I hope some of you can make it.
When is it again?
It is Wednesday, April 8th, is at the Castleton Free Library. It'll be downstairs from 5 to 6:30. And given he is working a full day up there at Oxbow and then driving down here, so we're trying to do a kind of an early evening book talk where he'll read from his book, and he will also talk about the work that he's been involved in, both at the school and in the community. So, I hope a couple of you can make it, okay? Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you, Sue.
It's on, I put it on your guys' calendars, so it's on there for April 8th.
We're seeing it.
Yep, I got it.
There's a hand, Brad Turner's, for comments.
Anybody here in the audience? Brad Turner? Mr. Turner?
Yeah, hi, thanks, good evening. I just wanted to, following the last week's Rutland Regional Planning Commission meeting, I wanted to solicit any feedback from the select board on concerns or next steps you might want to take in response to, Act 181, and how Tier 1 is going to be very limited to the town, and property outside in those other tiers is going to be, appears to be on path to be very restricted for any economic growth and development in the future.
This item is on the agenda, Brad.
Okay, good.
Anything else that's not on the agenda? Then moving on, let's talk about the Route 4A Bridge and Culvert realignment. That would be Mr. Pike.
A week or so ago, I had a lady at my house showing me a new project by the Vermont State Highway Department. I live out here on the old highway, and I have Meadowview Farm. They wish to move a stream that comes across onto my property. In doing so, they also want to move a telephone pole onto my property with a guide wire. I've looked at that situation several times, and there is absolutely no reason to put in another pole. The poles that are there can serve that project perfectly without adding another telephone pole. I don't know if any of you are agricultural people, but if they put that pole in with a guide wire, I understand it took your permission to do it, and I object to it. If you allow them to put that pole in, I will be cursing you 30 times every time I mow that field. This binds, and the one I have now, if I had to replace it, would be up around $30,000. And a guideline could easily cost me $10,000 to $15,000 if I happen to hit it. If I hit it with the baler, it would be a little less than that. But the fact is, there's no reason to change it. You don't need to have another pole in. I don't know whether it's true or not, but 35 years ago, they wanted to put one on my front lawn, and I said I didn't want it there. And he said that if the poles are on one side of the road, the south side, one company pays for them, and if the poles are on the other north side, our company doesn't have to pay for them. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I can tell you, the truth is, about 23 years ago, give or take a couple of years, the state came to me and said, you know, that ditch along the edge of the road floods your field frequently. I said, yes, it can be not a good thing. It can make 13 acres all too dirty to sell the hay. And they said, we'd like to build that whole section up. And I said, by all means, when you get done, I'll plant wildflowers on it. They did a beautiful job. Took them several days with a dozen trucks at a time, and they did a perfect job. Since then, that ditch has flooded, I think, 3 times. Once it flooded when the water came across the street and had a right angle turn, and it had washed out some in there. The other 2 times it flooded was in winter, because we had several storms, and the snow landed in the ditch naturally, and then the water hit it and it froze, and another storm came and landed in the ditch and froze, and when the third one did, it started forcing the water over onto the field. I took my tractor with the bucket, and for 6 feet at a time, I dug out the top 2 layers of snow. The state has no way of handling the snow, and that happened twice. This whole project is a waste of taxpayers' money. I suspect several $100,000. And they're gonna take the bridge and move it over here, about as far as this room is wide. And I am very unhappy about it. The plans are here, and it says, I'm showing my age. It says on page 11, it shows the utility project. Gee, I can't find it, page 11 in here. You're all welcome to try if you want, but it doesn't show the pole change.
So, Mr. Pike, can
I
I
am very unhappy about it.
answer
I would
one?
like very much if you change your decision and told them to stick the pole someplace else.
Can I be clear on?
have some suggestions where.
Mr. Pike, you need to be clear that this board did not approve or disapprove that project. We were told what the state wanted to do, and the only thing we had any say on was how they were going to divert the traffic. We did not approve this project.
You did not approve the
We did not.
project on the pole.
We were told that, we were given the design, told that this was going to happen, and how would we want the traffic diverted, and we were given a choice on how to divert the traffic. You remember that?
That is correct.
But we
Does it
did not
surprise
approve
you
or,
that, I was told differently.
well, I'm sorry, but I was sitting on the board at the time, so was Mr. Spalding, and we did not approve or disapprove this project. Were you on the board at the time?
Yeah,
Yes.
we all were.
Yeah,
It was 2 years ago.
2
It
years
was our
ago.
first year.
Am I
The only
correct?
discussion that we had on it was whether or not we were gonna close the road for a weekend or a whole week or one lane or what.
That's
That was the only say that we had regarding that
So I just wanted
project.
to be clear on that we did not approve or disapprove this project. We were told it was going to happen, and we were asked how we wanted to divert the traffic. We answered that question. We actually had several meetings on that, got public input, answered that question, and then, to be honest, we moved on.
I don't think on any project we have the ability
It's
to
in the
vote.
state right away, we can't approve or disapprove a project. We have no jurisdiction over that whatsoever.
It was a town right away.
It is not, it is state.
They had to get permission from you two.
That is not correct.
That is,
No, that's a state right away through there.
I'm showing my ignorance. I apologize. for
Well,
wasting
no,
your time.
we value your input and your time. Unfortunately, we have no jurisdiction.
I think on telephone poles in general, we don't have jurisdiction, right? That's a utility thing?
I'm pretty confident that's correct. I would love to help you out, but I don't see where we can do anything. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
You're not.
Go ahead, speak.
I'm
Mike.
willing to help Mr. Pike, if he wants to come back in the office and help get a hold of V-Trans, because you don't have a phone yet, do you?
I don't have a phone yet.
I'll help him try to get a hold of V-Trans so he can make his,
I'll help him make the case. I just want to be sure that he understands this board collectively can't do anything. I'm more than happy to help you personally.
You
But,
should be able to come up with some kind of accommodation.
Yeah, I mean, I understand putting a guy wire in a hayfield is, I grew up, my grandfather was a farmer and I grew up baling hay and raking hay, so I understand what you're saying.
If you pardon my French, I'm an 11th generation New England shit picker. I'm the last one to work on a family farm in my hometown, and they went back 350 years. I am very much tied to the land. and-
So if you get a hold of Mike, we'll try to help you.
come on and see me,
Best we
and
can.
I'll help you get a hold of V-Trans.
Can you set a time or something?
I was gonna say, give you my phone
Well,
number,
you're
but you
welcome.
can't.
You're welcome to come to the house and I can show
Yeah.
you what
Yeah, why don't I do that?
stuff they want.
Let me know when you're going. If I'm free, I'll go with you.
I'll come over and visit you, tomorrow,
That'd be fine.
somewhere, I get on my calendar, but that's around 9 o'clock,
What time?
9?
9 o'clock? Yeah, I'm usually coherent by then.
Maybe I will be too.
My next birthday will be 90, and it takes me a while to get my senses around.
Make it 10?
9 is good.
Okay, 9 o'clock.
Thank you for your time.
Mr. Pike, you would be allowed to sit on this board with the comment Mr. Brown made earlier. You'd be allowed to sit here. You probably didn't hear his comment, but that's okay. But you'd be allowed to sit on this board.
I would,
I just wanted to let you know that, yes. Yes.
I'm known for my honesty. I try to avoid politics.
Smart thinking.
The two don't mix.
All right. I'll try to remember to show up at 9 tomorrow. Town office?
Please.
Or pick me up at 9.
Okay.
8:55.
Yeah, so you've got 5 minutes to get over there.
Pick me up at like 5:10 of 9, I'll be ready. All right?
Yep.
We'll go over and see Mr. Pike. I don't have the drawings for that project anymore, though.
And I probably do at the office.
All right, this one should be a little bit lighter lift. We have to appoint town representatives for regional planning.
And just so the board's aware, I think I sent you the emails too, but Mr. Frank Johnson and Dr. Skovner both had agreed. They said they would serve for that year, so.
I would make a motion that we appoint Frank Johnson and Michael Skovner, MD, as representatives to the Rutland Regional Planning Commission for the town of Castleton.
I'll second.
Is there a time frame, Mike? Do you have to have a time frame?
It's a one, so,
a 1 year.
yeah, it starts really 1 July, but that's what the current ones end on June 30th, but Liz is no longer on it, so it kind of resets it a little bit.
Okay.
But they vote in June for their vote, you know, they have to have people, they didn't know who's voting.
Yeah, I should have read that, but it is on the form here that they would begin July 1, 2026.
The only thing is Dr. Skovner is retired now, I believe.
He did, just as last week.
Did he give up his practice, so he's no longer an MD?
Well, you're always an MD,
Yeah,
even if you're retired.
Even if he gives up his license?
I don't know about that.
Yes, because he has the degree.
Okay.
So, Mike, I didn't have a form in here, so I signed the one in my packet and put it in here.
Okay, thanks.
Did we vote on it?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. So that's your job.
No, it's Rob's job.
All right, let's talk about Public Facilities Preservation Initiative Grant. Nancy?
Hello,
You gotta tell us who you are, Nancy.
Nancy Mark. Thank you for putting me on the agenda, Mike and Dick and all of you. The library is continuing to do its best to preserve the building. And as with the last grants that we wrote, some of the larger grants did require that we get permission from you because you own the building. And so after we have added, as you know, handicap access and an addition to the rear, we are now looking at other repairs, including the basement of the basement floor of the library. And if you haven't seen it, there's an area, an old area of the floor where it's really buckling, and we need to fix that. It'll require pulling up the tile and putting in a new slab and covering that with new material. And it probably it'll be a sizable project from our point of view. And so we are applying for a grant, and it's the HUD Public Facilities Preservation Initiative. And Mike will tell you that these grants can be onerous. There's a ton of paperwork that needs to be done, and I have a 41-page question and answer sheet for you if you wanted to see it. And I'm sure the application is even longer. It's due at the end of the month, so we are really working hard to get this done. And so I'm here to ask you permission for us to apply for this grant, and if we get it, to fix the floor of the basement of the library.
I would make a motion that the board authorizes the library to apply for the Preservation Initiative Grant to do the necessary repairs on the library.
Second.
Any more discussion? Go ahead, Ray.
Oh, okay.
How much will the grant be for?
That's a good question. We had an early estimate that was close to $60,000. However, Giancola Construction, who did the estimate before, who did the work for our addition previously, and we found them to be very reliable and thorough. They have just told us that the grant will be larger than we originally thought because they need to test for asbestos. And we had previously tested for asbestos, and we had that done by Clay Point Construction, and they had determined that the tiles themselves do not have asbestos. But the Giancola Construction is asking the question, what about what's underneath? And we're hoping there isn't a problem. It would just add expense, something that can be taken care of, and but it would be an additional amount. So I can't give you an exact, let's say we may be asking for $90,000. Yes.
So the grant is based on what the total cost of the project? Is that what I got out of what you just said?
The total cost of the project.
The grant amount is based on the total amount of the cost of the project?
The construction, the testing.
Oh, okay.
You're required to have an environmental review. We'll have to do some storage of the books that are in that area and replacing them. I mean, storing them and then putting them back.
Okay. Thank you, Nancy.
Yeah.
It says that the grants are from 50 to 400,000. There's a $10 million public facilities preservation initiative for these libraries, but the grants can be anywhere from 50 to 400,000.
Wow, okay.
I read in there also preference to smaller rural
Yeah.
towns, so that puts us in, as a member, in good standing, so.
It
hoping-
does. An interesting point, if you have the time, I'll tell you that we get penalized, unfortunately, for the grant, as you are graded according to points based on various situations with the library. And we're gonna lose points because we received the congressional allocation from Senator Sanders. And so that unfortunately works against us, it is unfortunate because I think it shows that we worked very hard to get that money, $900,000, for that addition to the library without coming to you for taxes, so. But we'll figure it out.
Well, and fair winds and following seas, I hope.
Thank you. I don't know, did you?
We didn't vote yet.
Motion? I don't
No, we
think
haven't
so.
called the question yet.
Yeah,
We're done with this discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
thank you.
Good luck.
Nancy,
Thanks,
thank you.
Nancy.
We deeply appreciate what good stewards of public property you are at that library and how much the library does for the community.
Thank you.
Nancy, you got 7 days to get that in.
I
You know that.
We did, we have been in touch with a consultant to write the grant who really knows his way around, so we're hoping that, but thank you. I have to go home and work on the grant.
Don't stay up too
You're
late.
welcome, Nancy. Chief Mantello, you're up.
Good evening, board.
Chief?
Good evening, Chief.
A lot of things happened, actually in March, in February. Let's go over the calls of service. You see the big 8 where it says attempt to locate, that's in reference to locating people. Actually, we had several last month. I'm trying to think of all of them that were involved, but one of them I'll mention toward the end. We had 54 citizen assists. So what I did is I created another nature of call. I put it as an information report non-resident. So I want to track how many times that we receive calls from non-residents for assistance or information. I want to track that because we get a lot of them. It's not on this one. I just instituted in March. So hopefully we'll be able to break, because these citizen assists are part of that group, and I need to separate it.
So you're talking specifically like somebody from Hubbardton calls
Pulteney,
and wants a police officer?
Fairhaven, Sudbury, Orwell, they call all over. They call all over.
Because you're visible.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is. We can get it from Indiana, believe it or not. There is a PD, Castleton, Indiana. We'll get calls, people calling up angry. We need police down by Macy's in the corner of 5th and 8th. And we're like, you have the wrong state.
We don't have a Macy's.
Yeah, we don't have Macy's. So our total calls, even though we diminished them, let's see, 763 to 729 last month from January to February. I think the winter really has dampened a lot, especially our traffic stops. Still, the winter will not let the grip go. Isn't it supposed to be in like a lion, out like a lamb in the March? Well, it's not happening anyway. So the only things I pointed out were community outreaches. We did a lot of community events in February. So we list those. And of course, we did our sex offender registry check, because we still have 8 of those that we have to check every quarter. If you see that on page 2. Any other questions on the calls?
Chief, what do you do for just real quick, the sex offender registry check? Just check to make sure that we're
We have to
there?
make direct contact to make sure they're living where they're supposed to be living.
Okay, okay.
We did have one move out, I think, last month. So we had 9, now we're down to 8. Arrests, we went up. We had 5 last month. You can see what they were. We had 2 actually 2 aggravated assaults, which was a big case that we had. I'll explain later. We had reckless endangerment, retail theft. We had uttering forged instrument, which is a counterfeit. You know, remember, I don't know if you remember, I'm sure during the community, people were going to some retail and trying to pass off these $10 bills. But if you look close enough, it was motion picture money. they were trying to pass it off as cash. So we were able to get them. Said motion picture, I'm just playing, I'm sorry. Any questions on those things? If not, traffic violations, Whiskey Road was 58. Winter had really hampered a lot of our stuff. As the warm weather picks up, you're gonna see that change, as we're starting to see already in March. Calls of service to the university, we did 6 in February because they got back from their winter vacation. You can see the type of calls, a couple of noise disturbances. They were off campus, intoxication.
People making
We assisted the fire department, 2 alcohol offenses, which is either possession or consumption of alcohol for a minor. So we had 6 in February, and that will hopefully not increase too much as it gets warmer. We will see more outside stuff. Any questions on those things? Backup provided by us, did 3 to Fairhaven, 1 to VSP in Hubbardton, so the total of 4 in February. Backup provided to us, which is actually a good month. Fairhaven, State Police to Fish and Wildlife too.
Made a profit.
What's that?
So we made a profit.
You did have a one-up on it, right? So just a couple of notes on there. So as I mentioned before, with the weather, it does affect our traffic on our calls sometimes. We had that float bridge incident in February where Officer Srake and Officer Schneider tracked an elderly male who was lost in the woods, and they got a lot of publicity. 7.5 miles in, about 2.5 feet of snow. They located him and brought him home, and he was doing well. And then we had the big case on February 17th, which turned to a major case for us. So 166 Route 4A West. That is before Drake Road. It's that place that sets down in. It's been a sore spot for this community since I've been here. Drugs have been dealt out of there. Landlord's been trying to evict these people. So that particular night, big situation happened. The Jamie Daniels here, who would live there, was a known drug dealer. The narcotics unit knew about them. We have been going back and forth on how we can break up this mess. So what happened was she had a gun, threatened some people. I came out that night. Officer Schneider was on her case. State Police came out, and we couldn't locate her. Got all the statements. Nobody really got her. Although a lady almost got run over by a car. And it's all drug related. All this stuff, stolen money, blaming, accusing. To make a long story short, she applied for an arrest warrant because we didn't know where they were. The place has been empty since then. And she was arrested in Rutland on the 10th of this month. And she's lodged. And we're working with ATF on some gun stuff. We ended up a case that was connected to that from Fairhaven, collected 5 rifles and a pellet gun and a crossbow and a 50 caliber muzzle loader, all in the same location, figuring this person might have been hanging out prior to getting arrested March 10th. So there's a lot of, it's very convoluted. There's a lot of inner working pieces with this case. So we hope we can end that situation there.
Hopefully you can put them all away.
Well, that's up to the judicial system. But we know how that works.
Yeah, all too well.
We also finally located, Gilmore had a couple things stolen by the same guy in the past year. We located him, and we lived in Rutland City, and got him cited for retail theft. And that's the biggest thing. And then the other thing, even though it didn't happen in February, but I just want to put it out publicly, that there are a group of Fidian salespeople that are walking in Castleton, businesses, residents. We first got the calls last week. We found the person on Sand Hill. Young person, no tag, came up to the resident past your house on the left, James, and on the dip, the right up in there, what's her, I don't know, I can't, Monette? No.
No,
Anyway, they called. So, turns out, we find her up at the extension piece, we ask her, yeah, she's legit, we get a hold of her supervisor, why are you dropping them all off here? They have no cars, they can't go to the bathroom. And no name tags, they're legit, they're doing, but then I get a call today by a resident on Main Street, no, 4A West. He comes and says, yeah, that's it. He took a picture of him, he had the tag on, at least he got a tag on him, he was nice and everything, but he didn't know. I think people are, in our community, are a little on edge when people approach their house, don't know who they are, you know, it doesn't look professional, you know. So I think that's good, that's what we want. You see something, say something. So-
I've dealt with those people a couple of times now, and they're less than professional.
Absolutely. I mean, we chewed out the supervisor. I mean, we can't stop them from doing that. They're not doing anything wrong, they're just trying to sell a product. But you would think Fidium, I said, you must be subbing out to them because this is not Fidium.
And they were telling townspeople that the town sent them.
Yeah, we had to correct that now. Yeah, we didn't do that. So just letting y'all know that. Any questions about anything else?
I have no, nice report, I have no questions.
Okay. I did want to ask Mike, when did you want the final draft of that traffic ordinance?
You guys want it for, April 13th, I think is the next meeting, and I'm just reading the ordinance, and there's a whole host of stuff that we have to post it. And
Yeah.
climate places, we got within 14 days of the vote that you adopt it, then it has to go in the paper, and there's a whole format, so I didn't do it from the last one, because it wasn't a final. I thought you guys did adopt it.
No,
We did adopt it.
Yeah.
They posted it.
They did adopt it. So I was gonna ask, I made a note for my report is to have you guys rescind that one, adopt it tonight, so I got the 14 days to get it in the paper.
Did you want me to add the EV stuff in there?
There was a discussion about the
I
e-bikes.
didn't mention any of that stuff in there, even though they fall under the same motor vehicle laws as a bicycle would.
Doesn't the state have some specific rules regarding e-bikes?
It depends on the size of what they do.
But it's like impossible to, you'd have to
Right.
stop every one.
I think we cover something generally with the exception of like, if it has to be registered or whatever, most of them don't have to be, but that's where I want to stay out of. Just the ones that are more like a bicycle, just battery driven. But
Yeah, there's
anyway,
a-
I mean, I could add that section in there for point, for reference, if I want to put it
Like
on.
the higher wattage ones, you have to be older than 16, I believe, and you can't be on a sidewalk.
Correct. Can't be on a sidewalk in any EVs, actually.
Right. And that's where you see them a lot.
Yeah. So that's something, you get back to me, Mike, on that. I mean, I don't mind adding that in there.
Well, they're popular, so I think it'd be prudent to put it in there. So,
The last couple summers, the numbers have doubled every year.
Why don't we rescind the motion tonight, and then
Let me get that
when you
to the
give
next
us our new
one.
version, will be adopted in April. That'll also give you the time to do the warnings
They had
properly
those
and all
things when
that.
I was a kid. My buddy's son's got one.
Okay.
It's like a regular dirt
Thank you,
bike.
Chief.
It goes 45 miles an hour.
Chief Goyette, you're up.
He put 900 miles on it last summer.
I got a bunch of kids on my street that they look like they're 10 or 11. No helmet.
Before you get started, I just want to compliment you and your staff on this report. I really like the way this looks. It's quite well done.
That's a dandy job.
Well, that's why I said,
You know how handy I am with a computer.
well, when your staff does it, you still own it, okay?
It's all right.
Good or bad, you want it.
I feed him some information and he makes it happen, so. So that program helps a lot with it, so, that we do.
Well, I just pass the compliments along, please.
I will. Here we had another month. Big news for us, two returning members, as you can read in there. Josh Mulholland has moved back into town. Josh has about 10 years' experience with us in the past and was up to second assistant chief. He has moved into his grandmother's house on Drake Road and come back over and got an application almost the next week to rejoin us. And a young guy, Riley Tyler, was a junior, and spent about 3 years with us before and had moved away, and now he's back downtown and come and rejoined. Pete spoke about the hike rescue, and we actually got to use the UTV to go in. The guys went in and got him in the UTV, the gentleman that they found, and brought him back out to Footbridge Road with the UTV, so did technically our first rescue with it. Worked out flawlessly, even through that deep snow. Got to work with our tower a couple times in Fairhaven. And all we got is what the difference is working on that bucket instead of climbing up and down ladders. So the guys were super happy with that. Calls to the university for this month. Couple burnt popcorns and cooking devices in the dorm rooms, which is supposed to be illegal. Public safety was supposed to be taking care of that after we left. And then we had the broken steam pipes in Jeffords Hall. That was a return. They fixed it and it broke again. So that was on them mornings when it was like 30 below zero, and we know the heat system was probably taxed in that building. So 5 calls mutual aid. Like I said, the worst one out in Fairhaven to the West Street, not River Street, West Street, Fairhaven, for that structure fire they had. We went out there twice and worked. Some of the new gear started filtering in. The helmets and boots have arrived. The gear is still, when they get the pieces type deal, still supply and demand. Supply is short staffed for them. So doing that. No news on the new mini pumper. I tried to reach out to Pat today and he didn't answer, and I'll try to again this week to see if there's any idea when it's going to go online to start being built. But he said he'd get a hold of me when it was going to, and I haven't heard from him. So I know they've had some supply chain issues out there. One of the things Pete talked about, Pete come with us one morning, Vernon Garrett reported something burning on Route 4A West, ended up being at that same place at 166. And they got a trash barrel out there burning, and Pete was going back to visit them for us, but looks like it turned into something more than just a trash can. So everything's going along good. I did get somebody in to start looking at a price for doing the lettering on the thing, and he hasn't got back to me yet. He said he'd be back to me this week, but I haven't seen him yet to see if I could.
You're talking about the truck and the trailer, correct?
The trailer and the UTV, to get some lettering on that, and it all depends on what the price comes back at and whether we can figure out if we got the money in the budget this year. I have to wait till after 1st of July. So.
Good report, Chief. Any questions for the chief? Questions for Heath?
Appreciate your hard work and
thank you, Chief.
Extend that to
Thank you.
everybody in the department.
Pass our thanks along to all your people, because
got a good crew right now.
I know what it takes. Mark knows what it takes. Mike knows what it takes, and we all appreciate it.
3 of them have charged through Fire 1 and all charged right into Fire 2. So
outstanding.
They'll have pretty 300 hours of training in by the time they're done to get their certification.
Awesome. Big thing is they got a good leader.
Thank you, Chief.
Okay. You want me to stand here for the next one too?
Might as well. Okay, now Heath Goyette is dismissed. Transfer Station Chief Operator Goyette is now, your presence is requested. So what's new with the transfer station? Or we talked about the scales last month and whether we're to replace or repair. And do you have anything to add or a recommendation?
I think we still need to meet with, back with Rob and Bob, if you're around. The last one, you weren't here. And the crew that met, which was the accountant and Megan, to talk about the scales and the compactor, at least those two things right now. Chief had got a quote today for a refurbished one coming, for a compactor, coming out of south somewhere, I forgot. New Jersey. Yeah, it was New Jersey. It was $15,000. That counted $2,000 they'd give us for our old one. But Evan and Chief went out to Fairhaven and looked at that one over at the old Skyline building, that Camaro Zone. And we actually have the manual for both of those. So Evan was doing some work on that one to determine bolt patterns and could we use it or not. So I think there's some more homework that needs to get done and have that discussion with Mark and Rob. Rob and Bob and our team. The scales, again, we're not there yet, I don't think, on getting all the information back on. I think you got the warranty information, all right?
You got the warranty and information and stuff. Like I said, the big thing is, as we know, we got 3 big monsters up there, all looming to be needing help. Like I said to Mike last week one day, I really think we need to pick one and get that off the table, then work on our next one. 3 of them at a time kind of everything gets crossed up and you get working in too many directions. I really think we need to pick one and.
So you're talking scales, truck, and compactor?
Compactor.
Those are the 3?
Them are the 3.
So we need to get some more information on the one at Fairhaven to make sure that that Evan can fabricate and do what's needed on that, because the pump has been sitting out there, but it looks like the components in ours will be able to move over to the new frame, I guess I'll call it that, on the one out there, because that's in better shape than ours. But when we're starting to look at a truck, the scales, and the compactor, and we got $122,000 to work with, I think we have to be really mindful of this. And but I think there was other discussions that were had during our meeting about whether it's feasible to have somebody come in and haul, where we don't need the truck anymore. There was all things passed around and discussed. We had to come back together to have that conversation again about what we found out about those topics that we discussed, and then come back to the board with, like, what's our number 1 priority, our number 2 priority, and our number 3 priority. So, but Heath's been doing a good job with getting the information. Evan's been helping out with that, assessing where we're at with the compactor. So more to follow. Just not that we're trying to move slow, but just getting piecemeal information in. But we need to come back together to make a decision on what we're going to do. And
The sooner we get together, the better, because as we all know, Memorial Day weekend hits and everything picks up twofold. So.
Yeah. It sounds like right now, if the direction we go is to have a refurbished compactor, this is what they do, they rebuild these things, so that would probably be a quicker turnaround than the scales at this point, unless some miracle happens. But I think that probably end up being the low-hanging fruit on this one. But we need to, if you guys are available this week, Bob, if you're around,
Yep.
Let's just get this thing moving. And
Tuesday or Wednesday.
okay,
Tuesday's better for me.
like tomorrow, Tuesday.
Yes.
I've got 2 things going on, so I'm available in the afternoon.
That's the only time I'm available.
That's
so.
better in the afternoon for me too.
Can you escape?
As long as Billy shows up to work, which he hasn't called me yet, so he usually calls me 2 days ahead of time, he's not gonna be here, so.
Well, I can do it after 4 or 5 o'clock,
Yeah.
when you guys close.
But it would be better before 5 for me, because I've gotta be headed for Rutland at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
I'll look at the calendar, but
Just let me know.
yeah.
Just shoot me a
Like
text.
2 o'clock, like
Let's
last time.
just say 2 o'clock.
Okay.
2 o'clock tomorrow works good for me.
At the transfer station.
Nope, we'll meet town office
Town
still.
office, yeah.
Down office.
Then it's just a lot less.
Okay.
So Heath, if you had to pick one, which one would it be?
To me,
Tomorrow's
Yeah.
Tuesday?
Scale.
the scales.
Okay,
If the scales go down, I don't have enough to replace it. If the compactor breaks, I can roll an open top in there and fill it from the top back with the backhoe. If the compactor goes down. Not that I like doing that, you don't haul as much weight, but
So in your opinion, the scale's itching the most?
If somebody goes through that, we're gonna pay a lot more in insurance fees and, because it's tender.
Okay,
Tender and I wanna see it.
all right, thank you. We can talk tomorrow.
No, I think, you know, if we get back together, I think this would be a pretty short
Well,
discussion.
yeah, after you have that meeting, just let the rest of the board know your recommendation.
Yeah.
I forgot my wife.
You have Billy make sure he's
My
at
wife
that
had a
transfer station tomorrow.
doctor's appointment tomorrow.
Mr. Tiff, can you drive my oil truck at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon? Okay, okay.
As long as it doesn't have a CDL.
We don't worry about that.
What that's, yeah, way overrated, right? All right, so, we're done with that one, right, Mr. Town Manager?
We are.
Okay, a little light subject here. Act 181, Tier 1B opt-in discussion.
Would you like me to speak a little bit on this?
You can kick it off.
Okay, so last week there was a meeting with the Rutland Regional Planning Commission on the Tier 1B status for the towns. I'm gonna start out with Act 181 is a lot bigger than just Tier 1B. There's Tier 2 and Tier 3. Rutland Regional Planning Commission hasn't been tasked with doing anything with Tier 2 or Tier 3. That's not anything that they have any say over. So their only focus has been Tier 1B. And I think that's kind of where, I know talking with some of the other people around here, where we thought maybe we were kind of misled as to whether or not this was Act 250 reform that was going to benefit everybody or not, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So to make a long story short on that, they had came up with some regional maps, and we had meetings in the past and we wanted to make some changes to that map, and none of them were accepted by the land use board. And we've been given a very small area that we could opt into Tier 1B, which is along the Route 4A corridor. And that would grant Act 250 exemption from housing and mixed use, which would be, say, a business or offices downstairs with apartments upstairs. And that would be it for a very small area. The Tier 2 and Tier 3 stuff, which I think is really important in this Act 181, Tier 2 adds the 800-foot rule, which any roads that are built with 800 feet would trigger Act 250. And I think it's roads and driveways up to 2,000 feet triggers Act 250 for that. And then Tier 3 is basically anything that falls into Tier 3, regardless of what you want to do, is going to trigger Act 250. So the interesting statistic was, in Rutland County, only 2% of Rutland County falls into Tier 1B, or would fall into Tier 1B. So that means 98% of Rutland County is going to have increased Act 250 restrictions, when this was kind of being sold as, you know, relief from Act 250 to help development and housing and stuff like that. I think that it wasn't just the Rutland Regional Planning Commission that didn't really roll it out very well. I think the state itself didn't roll it out very well, because there's quite a bit of pushback against it now. Maybe a little too late. It should have happened 2 years ago, but I don't think anybody knew what was going on. So currently there's, I think it's S325, which I think is gonna be on the Senate floor tomorrow maybe, where they want to put a hold on it until 2030 so that they can review it more. My opinion on it is, I think that the town of Castleton should oppose Act 181 in general. I don't think we should opt into Tier 1B. I think that if we're going to oppose the whole act, I think we need to oppose all or nothing. I don't think we can take the parts that we want, because I think the entire thing needs to get rebuilt. I don't think that Tier 1B is going to benefit like businesses or anything like that along that stretch. I had reached out to Devin Neary and asked him for some examples of stuff that would be exempt from Tier 1B. And one of the examples that he gave me was that 24-unit apartment complex that's in West Rutland now. We really don't have the space for that on the Route 4 corridor right now. We're pretty well developed. And everything that I've talked to from people that are, we're lacking single-family homes in the town of Castleton. And Act 181 is gonna limit the building of new single-family homes. So, my opinion would be to oppose the entire thing and to not accept the Tier 1B. And I would also recommend that the town draft a letter to send to our representatives and maybe the governor stating that we oppose Act 181 and the increased burden to the town as far as growing a tax base.
Are you willing to make that a motion?
I make that a motion if that's what the board wishes.
I'll second it.
So, I was looking forward to hearing a motion along those lines. I want to thank you for all your research. I attended that meeting via Zoom, and it was very boring, but also very educational.
I think the one
I'm glad I
take,
took the time to do that.
I think the one takeaway from that meeting was when they asked questions, none of the questions were related to Tier 1B. Everybody was more concerned about Tier 2 and Tier 3 status because it is 98% of Rutland County, which is crazy. And I think on average, only 2.8% was the average for all the counties across the state that are 1B would qualify for 1B, which is pretty wild in my opinion. I mean, it might be a great idea for cities or something like that where you have everything, but I don't think that Castleton would benefit from that, and the rest of Act 181 is gonna hurt us.
I thought it was pretty spot on for Chittenden County and not much use for the rest of the state. That's only my opinion, so.
I mean, I'm all for conservation.
opinion of this
I don't
board.
wanna make it seem like I'm not for conservation, cause that's what Act 181 was designed to do. But I think that it's too extreme for what people are gonna wanna do. I mean, when you start adding to where you wanna subdivide, Mary Lee's farm, or if you have a piece of property on North Road where you need an 800-foot road to get in there to put two houses in, for whatever, then you're automatically, the increased cost and time frame to build is just gonna be not feasible.
It's gonna make it prohibitive. And I think if Mary Lee wants to put a nice little house on 2 acres for her grandson, she should be able to do so.
I mean,
As long as it meets Castleton zoning.
I did see a draft Tier 3 map for the town of Castleton, and there wasn't a lot that was Tier 3, but there was enough. A lot of the area over by Hattica Stone Quarry will be Tier 3, over by the dump, out towards Pond Hill. A lot of the areas up behind the green dump look like there was a big stretch of Tier 3 up through there, which would basically not be unbuildable, but it'll be tough enough to where people are not gonna wanna build, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Can you come up to the podium and state your name just to make it easier for everyone to keep track of this?
Joe Igarolo. I just have a question because I've been looking at this a little bit. So if you're in a Tier 2 or Tier 3 area and you have, you're on an 800-foot road today.
Yeah.
And there is a lot that is the bell hole today, but doesn't have a building on it. Does that trigger?
I don't believe it will. It'd be if you wanted to put in an 800-foot road, is my understanding. I'm not a genius when it comes to Act 181 or any of that, but I believe it would only trigger if you were to build an 800-foot road.
Thank you.
Or if you wanted to add a driveway, I think, to that 800-foot road that made it over 2,000 feet altogether. So if you wanted to add a really long driveway.
Thank you.
So let's be clear, your motion is to write a letter to
Our representatives.
our senators, representatives.
Correct.
And to the
And
governor.
the governor stating that the town of Castleton does not support Act 181.
And our governor did veto this act.
Yes. So is there any more discussion on that motion? All in favor? Aye. Was the motion was that unanimous?
It was unanimous.
And we need to just, well, before we go on, that motion also included opting out of Tier 1B.
That's correct.
Do we need a separate
I don't think
motion?
it's opt out.
We not sign the, we
We're not
don't
gonna opt
sign,
in.
we don't
We're not
sign,
opting in.
we don't sign the resolution, sorry.
We
We
did
have to let
sign a
somebody know by
letter
that, right?
Rob,
of
let's make that a
intent,
separate motion.
Okay.
Just to
but we
make-
have not signed the resolution. So, yeah, I think it should be separate.
So make a.
I would make a motion that we do not sign the resolution to accept Tier 1B status for the town of Castleton.
Do I have a second?
I'll
Second that.
All in favor?
You get all of them.
Aye.
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 That is also unanimous. You want to speak to this?
Just on the letter, is somebody from the select, we're gonna draft a letter?
Why is everybody staring at me all the time? Because you made the motion.
I can work on it tomorrow morning.
That would
And
be
I will get
wonderful.
it sent out.
Thank you, Rob. And once again, thank you for all
I
the
don't
research
think
you've
it
done
needs
on
to
this.
be anything super crazy long
Doesn't need
because
to
they're
be.
not gonna read it anyway, but I
3
think we can
paragraphs.
incorporate some stuff in there that'll be enough.
I'll help with
Our,
that. I'll
our
help, but I just don't know.
representative and our state senators will read it.
Yeah.
And they will appreciate it.
They'll respond, yeah.
I had asked Zach about S325 and where exactly it stood, and he thought it was gonna be on the Senate floor tomorrow, but he wasn't 100% positive,
So
so
the
he,
other question I have for that is if it goes through the Senate, does it have to pass the House too?
I'm having a hard time tracking where it's going, to be honest with you. There,
'Cause
it's
I think it
doing,
has to pass the House.
it's doing some stuff that it's tricky to track right now for some
Okay,
reason.
well, keep us in the loop, please. And I once again, appreciate all your effort.
I got
Charlie,
my secretary on it,
you
so.
need to come up to the podium so that we can get recorded though, please.
Do we have a certain time to tell them, Mike, when we opt in or opt out?
Yeah, sometime in April.
Oh, so we got a little bit of time. It doesn't have to
Actually,
be.
no, we take no action and that, no action is action.
Yeah, we just don't do anything.
One of the dates was March 27th, I remember which one.
Yeah.
We had
But
to
I think that we should send them a letter and let them know that we intend not to sign it.
That's probably
That would be-
an idea.
I can do that by email if you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think just an email is
Yeah.
fine.
Charlie, something to add?
I'd just like to thank you, all of you, for what you just done, because this is gonna be huge for our whole state, and I think to get this out there, you're gonna see a lot of other towns doing the same exact thing that you just did. I understand that tomorrow at that, you're gonna have a get-together outside the State House tomorrow, and I heard about 2 o'clock, they're figuring over 1,500 people's gonna show up for that, and they're hoping lots show up, because they're thinking about trying to repeal the whole thing. But if they can get enough people there, maybe they gotta get 2 Democrats cross over to repeal the whole thing. So, as quick as you can get that, the Regional Planning Commission, Mike, and everybody get that letter out. And I would even if you don't have the letter, if you could get in touch with everybody tomorrow and let them know that before they have that vote, that they've already got one town in the state that's opted out.
There's a couple other ones that have written letters already that I've seen, so.
I just wanna thank you very much.
Thanks,
You're most
Charlie.
welcome, Charlie. This wasn't a heavy lift.
It's nice not to get yelled at for once, Charlie, thank you.
Yeah, you finally listened.
Oh, God.
All right,
Okay, you were right, Charlie.
okay, this should be a heavy lift, PACIF Grant. What do you need from us? Permission to apply?
Just apply, yeah, it's that $5,000 grant through VLCT Passive. It's a 50% match. We use it every year, and it's all to buy safety equipment. We've bought confined space gear, we've got meters for the wastewater, we've got body cameras for the police department, sign packages for the sewer and water. So there's a lot of good stuff that we can buy on there, and we're basically getting it for 50% off. We spend it anyway, so.
It's all stuff we need or
Yeah,
we're
it's all
gonna
stuff we
purchase
get
anyway.
so, yeah. So Justin came over today, got the application and the forms needed, so I just wanted to make sure that the board was good with it before we put any effort into it.
It was security cameras last year, I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, do you need a motion
Make a
or?
motion that we authorize the town manager to apply, or authorize Justin to apply for the PACIF grant.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion?
Bob.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, aye, vote.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Okay, I knew that was gonna be a heavy lift. Dewey Field Playground Equipment.
I don't know, you guys don't have anything in your packet, do you?
I
'Cause looked at mine,
couldn't
I don't
find
have-
anything.
So Joe Mark and I have been going back and forth on this RFP for the playground equipment. I come to the realization that what we have for money, $28,000, to put a decent playground equipment in there is not adequate. And the one that's at the beach right now, that little green playground, stuff like that, that's $60,000.
How much?
60,000.
What?
Yeah, so here's what I'm proposing. We went through the effort to do the RFP, but I also did my own research on commercial grade playground equipment. And for $26,000 to $28,000, we can put in a really nice playground on Dewey Field with some picnic tables that are ADA compliant, with benches, and we need some assistance from some philanthropy, I guess, for like in-kind work, like equipment down there, helping us make the area prepare the area for the playground equipment. And it even included, that money even included a small gazebo, like you get under and out of the weather down there. And it would make it a really attractive modular, so if something happens, one thing breaks, if someone goes down there and does some crazy acts, that plastic breaks pretty easy. I try to stay away from a lot of the plastic stuff, but it's all commercial grade stuff, and I just think that we're wasting our time to do the RFP and have somebody do all this work and find out, I've looked at all the prices, to put something in there the size of at Crystal Beach is $60,000. You start going downhill and you get nothing.
That's just crazy money. I can't even believe that.
Yeah.
So we already have those funds on hand, right?
Yeah, we have this stuff, and I'm sorry, Brad Turner has hand up too. It's probably about the 181 stuff. But,
Mike, what would you anticipate
We'll circle back to Brad.
for in-kind, for manpower and equipment? What would you think we would need to get that done?
If the town provides the materials, we just need some equipment to go down there and prep the ground, spread, get it compacted, anything we need to do to prepare us putting the stuff in the ground. And I would ask that we get help through the Friends of Castleton Parks or Recreation, and maybe through, I talked to Graham Trudeau about it, but Casella's, when they did some work down there, might be interested in helping out. And they help put the stuff together. Make it a community event, and, we step back from this thing and we say we all help to do it, and it's a decent, nice place for families to bring their children, or a lot of other activities that go on down there we don't want, but at least it's modular, and we can move things. If we have to tear it, if something breaks, it's just that one thing, rather than have the rest of that piece of equipment.
Well, if we make
unsafe.
that nice, we're gonna have more townspeople there, and that means less riffraff and less damage.
Yeah. But I think,
Hopefully.
I think it has a potential to be with what we have for money, if we can get a little help from some people that have equipment and some shovels and some hands, that we could.
So what do you need from us to have you and Mark Brown come up with a plan?
The only thing I want to do is put together the price package and what all this, which I have already, but I haven't reached out to the vendor. I took the stuff offline. If we buy in bulk, maybe we get better bang for our buck, but, and the bidding policy is 3 separate bids, so we're probably going to find some other vendors to put together a package to ask for prices, but that's all. I really need some time to pull this together and make some phone calls, and then reach out to, we really need to know, I guess, if we got the help too.
So would you help him with that end of things, Mark?
Yeah, if you
I
get
thought
the
you
product coming, I know we can get the help.
So-
I've had a semi-commitment for some of that, and I know we can get townspeople. When the playground was first built at the elementary school, Kids Castle, there were probably 50 people that came up and built that. It was a wonderful community event.
I was there for the rebuild. When we did the rebuild.
Yep.
When our kids were in elementary school.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd love to make this, get the grills down there, make it a day where people can come work, we feed them, and we walk away with a decent product for our community.
Yep, let's do it.
And they took 3 pine trees down there, those big old pines that were breaking off. Well, they were rotted on the inside. Matter of fact, the water got in them, they froze. Our tree warden started cutting into that, and his blades on his saw are dull now, but, and they split apart. That's how bad they were. So if we would've waited another year or two, I hate to say that it's Chicken Little, the sky's not falling, but if that were to fall on someone.
I drove down there, it looks much nicer.
Oh yeah, my God, now just envision that, as a nice playground area.
Okay, so what do you need from us? Anything? We get out of your way and you and Mark get this moving forward? Mark, you've been voluntold. Thank you very much for volunteering.
I'm gonna get a commitment for help this week.
Yeah, I appreciate everything you've done already, and you. So we're gonna circle back. Mr. Turner, do you have something to add to our Act 181 discussion?
Yeah, hi, thank you. Sorry to circle back on this. I just want to thank you guys as well. Thank the board for pushing back on this. I think this is a a big problem in so many ways. And I don't like the fact that they're trying to put it through piecemeal. This is very problematic. I drafted a letter. I'd be happy to share it with you guys if you want. And then I asked one question. Are we participating in the Rutland Regional Planning Commission? I think it's like $27,000 a year. Is that started yet, or?
The dues that we have to pay,
Yes.
It's not that high, though.
it was per dollar per
I think it's like 4,000.
Yeah.
44.58, I think.
Did you hear that, Brad?
Oh, sorry, I didn't get them out.
It's around 4,700, I think.
It's $1 per person?
Oh, okay.
It's our census, 2,000 census times $1.
Okay, good. I read something where the membership was like 27,000. That's crazy.
That might be for Rutland City, but it's not for us.
Okay, good.
Anything
All right,
else, Brad?
Thank you. No, if you want me to share my letter that I drafted with you guys, I'd be happy to.
Yeah, you can send it if you want, Brad. We'll look at it.
Please email it to us. It won't hurt anything and it might help.
Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so now we're going, okay, Jim Floor.
So this afternoon, I just sent Andy a copy of the request for a proposal for the gym floor to review and get his comments on it. I'm assuming that after, we'll get that, make sure it's all flushed out and good to go, get that sent out, get the prices back, and then you'll finalize the MOU at that point. I'm not really sure.
That was my understanding when you and Andy and Mike and I met, that after this was generated and we started getting feedback from this, we would pursue finalizing the MOU with them.
I think that what we've agreed to is a MOU to get bids.
Well, that's gonna give us the bids, Mark.
Pardon me?
That RFP is what we're gonna send out to get the
Okay,
bids.
yep. I just want to make it plain that we have not made any commitment to award a bid to anybody.
Correct. And that states in the RFQ that we have the right to reject or accept any and all bids.
Yep, this is strictly so Friends has a more concrete idea of how much this project will cost and what, if any, terms are available to them. I just want to make sure that part's real plain. I don't want to have a misunderstanding with anybody later on.
Yeah, and then once those facts are established, then we'll pursue action with a MOU with them.
Perfect.
So at this point, the board needs to take no action on this?
No, I'm just gonna, I wanted Andy's feedback to make sure that everything they were thinking about was, I took it out of the MOU that he had drafted, the 4,600 square feet and all that stuff. And then all the other requirements that VLCT puts on us to put in a request for a proposal. So about insurances and, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I took what Merrill our attorney had said, and there's only one statement in there about it, but that's ready to go as soon as I get something back from Andy and we get it out and we start getting some bids back.
Great.
Well, Andy's not one to let moss grow on things like this, so I think he'll probably react pretty quickly.
And for the minutes is Andy Vermillier. He's the president of the Castleton Friends of Castleton Parks and Recreation.
So anything else on this before we move on? Okay, restaurant bar licenses.
Want me to get it started?
You might as well let her rip.
I would make a motion to approve a first-class restaurant bar license application number 72980 to Field of Pozy LLC, doing business as Third Place.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Yep, is there anyone here representing Field of Pozy? You want to come up and introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Christian Pozy. We're based out of Whitehall. We just purchased, or it's in process of purchasing Third Place right now, set to take over hopefully the end of this month. So looking to renew the license basically under us and keep everything going as is.
Excellent.
Welcome.
Excellent. Welcome to town. Glad to have you here doing business.
Thank you.
I don't know how familiar you are with our town, but it's a really, really nice town. And that's certainly a nice business. We're glad to have you here. We renew these licenses annually, and the chief of police always has to sign off on it, so make sure the police department's your friend.
And taxes. And your taxes are paid.
Yeah, pay your taxes.
Any
Yeah,
outstanding
well-
bills to the town?
Yeah, so we have broad discretion on whether we want to grant these licenses or not. Almost too much. We could say, I don't like him, let's not do it. But the reality is, we want to make sure that before we grant these licenses, that you're in good standing with the town, that all the taxes are paid, that you run a safe establishment that the police don't have to go to all the time, and maybe most of all, that no underage people are served. And I know how challenging that can be. And that's a really high bar, but it's what you have to do. And as long as you do those things, we're just super happy that you're here in town.
Absolutely. Thank you guys very much.
I
Thanks
had a
for
question
coming
for-
in.
Yeah.
Question for him. I'm sorry, did you state your name for the record?
Christian Pozy.
Posabog. I couldn't understand what you said in the last one. On here, there's not outside consumption. They had one in the past. Are you gonna be seeking that as
Yeah,
well?
we're gonna get all the same licensing they had, so we'll have the outdoor, indoor, like they had as well. Everything's gonna really be just as was there, so.
So do we need to amend that?
No, we
No,
have
it's a
to.
separate one.
The only reason that application hasn't been brought in is because I have to measure the outdoor space, because you need to know the size.
And what's your name, please?
Bobby Field, I'm his partner.
Well, welcome, and,
Mother.
right. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. It's nice to have you guys in town.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Thank you.
So, we're gonna call the question, right?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
I would make a motion to approve a third-class restaurant bar license application number 72984 to Field of Pozy LLC, doing business as Third Place.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I would make a motion to approve tobacco license application number 69597 to DG Retail LLC, doing business as Dollar General Store 16871.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, move on to another light subject. Tax exempt status of Castleton Health Center. Is there any more to add to what we discussed last month, or last meeting?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there is. The board had asked if other of the community health center, the Rutland region buildings, properties were also going to be tax exempt. And that letter went out to all of those towns that have the Paulet, Brandon closed. I think, no, not Brandon. Yeah, Brandon has one too. Rutland.
Shoreham.
And yeah, Shoreham. They all got the letters. So this was a company-wide thing, that everybody got those letters, saying that they're seeking that tax exemption under federal law.
Well, they're not seeking it, they're telling us they have it.
Basically, they're saying we are exempt.
We have no course of action on this?
I mean, yeah, you could fight it, I guess, but I don't know. It's federal law for these rural healthcare centers and stuff. I doubt you're gonna win it, but.
They quoted the statutes in their letter.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was
looked
pretty
it up,
clear.
and it looked pretty clear to me that they're right. It's giving up a big chunk of tax revenue.
Just so the record is $3.8 million off the grant list for the town of Castleton.
So do you think that, is it worthwhile that we invest whatever it costs to get an opinion of our attorney?
Probably costs us a couple $100.
I mean, when I read it, it looks like they're correct, but I'm not an attorney, and I hate to give up that much tax
For
revenue.
3.8 million, I would say for a couple hundred that, let's just make sure everything's where it needs to be, and that we have no ground officially to stand on, and somebody tells us.
It's probably a waste of 200, but
Mike, is this something new? Have they always paid taxes to us, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden?
they went back and said they didn't want to try to seek any money back from the past, but under those laws, on those rural healthcare centers and stuff, they were eligible when the law went into effect.
The law just went into effect, is what I'm asking.
20 years
No.
ago.
So they've paid us taxes for last 20 years, and they didn't have to.
I don't want to say 20 years, because I don't know
20
how
is a
long.
guess on my part.
Okay,
It's
well,
been a
okay.
while.
10 that I know of.
So
was on that
they're
board.
just coming around to saying, oh, I guess we don't want to pay taxes anymore. Is that what, is that?
Or someone said within their organization is, why are we paying taxes?
Found this loophole? Okay, okay.
It's a local community board. You know, it's not unlike the select board where sometimes you go, wait a minute. how
Why
come
have
we're
we
not-"
been doing that?
Yeah,
That doesn't make sense.
because, you know, the focus of the board is on providing health care. There isn't anybody whose job is to check out their tax status. But I know that they, for at least 10 years, they have been a federally qualified healthcare provider, which is what gives them this status. Or appears to.
I'm just shocked that nobody,
Somebody there just figured it out, apparently.
yeah.
There's some stuff in town I'm shocked that nobody's looked at.
Well, we're not talking a couple $100 here, we're talking a lot of money. It just blows my mind that nobody saw this for the last 10 or 15
The
years.
federal government pays all your bills, people don't seem to care as much.
Oh, okay, all right. Wow.
I'll get ahold of Merrill.
I guess cheap insurance.
He thinks we're gonna still discuss that, and we already discussed it and gone on. Because we're way ahead of schedule, Andy's up there now.
That's okay, we'll do on. All right, so now we're going to talk briefly about the Municipal Code of Ethics and Conflict of Interest. The state has passed a revision of Title 24, is that correct?
There's new,
So they put new guidelines
the
in?
reading said there was updated guidance from the state.
The biggest takeaway that I saw in here is that those of us who have not taken the ethics training, we need to do that. And those of us who have taken it have to retake it every 3 years. You could probably pass the test without watching the video.
Okay.
But
I gotta do it.
It was a good video to watch, though. It gave a lot of,
Okay.
I thought, good
it
information.
takes, what, 45 minutes?
Yeah, and it was
Wasn't
really,
tops.
it was really straightforward on what you can and can't do and why you can and can't do it.
Crack that whip.
No, I didn't read the whole thing, so is there anything else in there that I know I took the Select Board Chairman training last year because that was a new requirement last year. Is there anything else that's come up that I don't know about?
I didn't personally read, I just gave it to you guys to read through, because each board's gonna have to do the same thing.
Well, Mary Lee, if you come up with something else we should be doing, please let us know.
Okay, do that.
But I do have to give all this stuff to the Planning Commission and the DOT and the Rec Commission, because they've gotta have rules of procedure, date and time of meetings, all that sort of stuff.
Consider yourself chastised.
Okay. Don't stop until I get it finished, though. Don't stop chastising me.
Just do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly, just do it.
Just do it.
Get it done this week, Bob.
Okay.
What are you doing Sunday afternoon?
Bob,
I'm gonna have dreams tonight about that.
Annual financial plan in there.
Yes, there is.
Nightmares.
Yeah, nightmares, that's what it is,
Well,
not
I
dreams.
wanted to ask you, do we need to reappoint the overseer of historic cemeteries?
I did, it was on my,
But it wasn't on the agenda, so I went by it.
it was on my notes.
But I didn't throw the, so we can do that under select board comments? Okay. I mean, it's not gonna be a contentious item. All right, moving on. Financial plan for town highways.
In the folder is the annual financial plan that's required by statute. Basically, you don't have a copy of it. I just got it late this afternoon from Jeff. So basically, the state says that the town has to put aside at least $300 per mile of class 1, 2, and 3 roads in their budgets as this requirement, as our contribution to preserving and maintaining our roads. Well, we put way more than $17,100 in there. So this is an annual requirement. The numbers are based on our budget. So I put it in the blue folder, but I didn't make copies for everybody. I don't know how you want to pursue it.
So this is certifying that we spend at least $17,100 on highways a year.
Sadly, it's much more.
Yeah, we definitely meet that criteria. So can I have a motion to approve the annual financial plan for town highways?
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We all gotta sign it, Dick?
We do.
Or just you?
No,
We all do?
you can put the date on there.
Okay.
What's this one? This one is...
23rd?
Grants and aid program.
Yeah, that is, the letter's going out to participate in grants and aid.
We don't have to sign that,
No,
though.
no. I just wanted to during my briefing was to let you know that's on the schedule.
So while we're signing this, we can move on to manager's report, and it is 8:34. We are significantly ahead of schedule.
Wow.
Go, Bill.
Let me talk really slow.
Go, go.
The Historic Cemetery Committee, I spoke with Ray Ladd, Ken Flowers, and Kevin Fenton, and they all wish to be reappointed for one more, or for another year. And Ray Ladd did let me know that this will be his last year. So they all want to be reappointed, and it was at March 1st, 2026, but I didn't have the information to give you at the last meeting. So if you want to reappoint all of them for one more year, you do that, I'll let them know, and I'll update the roster.
Make a motion, we reappoint Ray Ladd, Kenneth Flowers, and Kevin Fenton to the overseers of historic cemeteries for the next year beginning March 1st, 2026 to March 1st, 2027.
Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Now, what about Lois Baldwin? Do we have to do that, too?
She's not returning calls.
Okay, that's premature then. Okay? Anything else for your manager's report?
There is, on the Planning Commission, there's a vacancy. I was gonna advertise that vacancy if you don't have any objection.
I have no objections.
Take that one, do that. We already talked about PACIF Grant, transfer scales, the mower tractor, the New Holland, it's down clutch. This is allegedly it could be the fourth, maybe the fifth clutch that we put in it since we've owned it. It really wasn't designed to be riding that clutch like we have to do over the rail mower. I mean, when you're running along a roadway or, you see on the highway, they mow up there. But we have to ride that thing because you can't just start mowing over guy lines and, culverts and everything else. So that blew up up near Coon Hill Road. They got it, now they're trying to figure out how to get it back. So they're gonna try to get it up onto our equipment trailer, but that boom sticks out, so it's wide load. They're gonna do a lead and trail vehicle and try to get it back here. Evan said we could probably drive it up on there, but getting it to stop might be an issue. I said, whatever we do, we're not gonna destroy a tailgate on a truck too. So, they're working through that, but get it back there. They have the clutches, the stuff in the garage to fix it. Last time they did it, Bob ordered 3 of them.
Evan can do the job?
Yeah, so they gotta split them. They gotta split the motor and transmission and do that, but he can do it up there.
Okay.
In hindsight, that should have been a hydrostatic, huh?
Yeah.
Well, if Bob did the last one,
It's been a while.
we got, what,
Two
three?
or 3 years?
It's been done once since then, Heath?
Somebody sent it out and got done once. Bob done at least 1 or 2.
Okay.
And it was sent out to do once because we thought something was not done right. Well, it just didn't done.
So the history is that thing, the way we use it to do the roadside stuff, it's gonna be a problematic thing.
Are they using it in the wrong gear? Like, should they be in a lower gear?
Mike Smith was operating
Mike
this time,
Smith,
and,
okay.
he's like,
The tractor's just geared too fast.
Yeah.
so,
Probably regulate with it all day, right?
Yeah.
If you find a leftover 150,000, let us know, we'll buy a new one.
okay. And that's in the slush fund. So, the South Street sidewalk project that went out to bid, I shared that with the board by email. So we're hoping to get, because last time we put it out, nobody bid on it. But it was timing, I think, that goes in the fall. So that's going back out for bid to be done this summer. We talked about the traffic ordinance already. The, Justin Shareko and I have been working on the alarm ordinance for false alarms. We both were working on it separately, and now we're trying to take those two and piece them together. But for the amount of false alarms that we're going to at the university for the same place or the same room, and they're not getting the message to like fix the damn stuff. So the only way to get someone's attention on this one is to start hitting them with fines. because you saw the letter back from the president of the university, and that was like, to me, that was just a big middle finger.
Yeah.
So, I said, okay, we'll take action to bring an ordinance before the select board for approval. And this would include this would, like, a home that has faults, their security alarms, and they're not fixing, maybe a sensor's bad or something like that, that if the police are going there and they get 2 free ones, and, you know, on that 3rd one, they're gonna get fined if you guys if the select board passes the ordinance. But it's just getting out of hand with the amount of calls that we're going back to the same thing. You talked about the grants and aids, so to be able to apply for that, or at least participate in the program. It's not a given that we get the grant, but I say it's not given. There's no guarantees, but we usually get, since I've been here, we've always received it, so.
It's guaranteed if you don't ask, you won't get.
That is guaranteed, yes. And then, that was it for me.
Any questions for Mike? I think Mike's been doing a fairly good job of keeping us up to speed on most stuff.
I kind of have to send out the emails to you, because without that, it's been 2 months now without that administrative person there, so it's easier for me to send out an email than try to wait till a board meeting and bring everything up, so
It's nice not having it all at once, you know, you get time to digest it and try to figure out what
Yeah.
needs to be done
Yeah, if you got a question, you have a couple days to think
as
of
it
it.
comes along.
Truly
I'll just keep
hoping
continuing
you
that.
wind up with an assistant soon, that would be beneficial.
Tomorrow's the
for
last
everybody.
interview, and I've got 2 quality people. I'll know tomorrow who I called to offer the job to.
Very good.
And we did hire a wastewater operator. I'm not gonna put his name out publicly, because I don't know if he's talked to his current employer, and I don't wanna mess that up for him, so, but it's a local person, and they're supposed to start on the 13th of April.
Perfect. And they have the certifications that we need, right?
They do. Yep.
That's a big step forward.
Yes, it
It's
is.
a huge step forward. And the guy's 20 years younger than most of us, right?
Yeah, he's in his 30s, younger.
That's not saying much.
Well, that's still 20 years younger, so 30 years younger. than
What
most
is
of
it
us.
with you two tonight? This age thing?
No,
You and Mark?
Well, just, you know,
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's Dick that we're talking about.
Oh,
Merry Christmas. Hey,
They're really talking about me. That's what I think they're doing.
I do know, Mark, they're gonna stay in the job market longer than we will.
Let's move it along here, Bob. Stop distracting everybody.
All right, so,
Hi,
anything
Derek.
more for the town manager's report?
I'm good.
Oh, can I get an alibi?
No.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. 30
The-
seconds.
I reached out to Beck Sinclair for the weed pulling up there. He sent me 2 new quotes. I'll give them to you on the next meeting, but I know that it has to be after June 1st.
Yep.
So he's given me 2 quotes, and he'll help put in the swim platform up there, so, I'll get that before you. He didn't increase the price over last year either. So I'll bring it to the next meeting. But you guys were aware that they took down the trees up at the beach?
Yeah, it looks a lot better.
So, there's a quote that'll come before you next meeting for stump grinding, to get those stumps ground down. And then Scott Welch is looking for a price for trees to replace those that are not twigs, because they end up in the barbecue pits up there. They're too small, people just break them off and burn them. So, but we're trying to find those trees that are, 3 inches in diameter right now, so they're gonna be a little hardier. But they come with a price tag too.
I was gonna say they're available, but
Oh, yeah, they come with a price tag.
You just gotta throw money at it, unfortunately. Anything else?
That's it, thanks.
Your 30 seconds are up. Rob, you're up.
So on this first purchase order for Pyrotechnico, are we just doing for 10,000 right now?
Right, that was their, we had to put a deposit down.
And then the rest will be due afterward?
Correct.
Okay. I would make a motion or do you wanna do it all right now? The whole 20,000 right now?
What you put on
you
our,
put 20,000 on the purchase orders to be approved.
yeah, but we're not gonna pay, 20 until 10, just for the deposit. So, I mean, if you're paying it all, we're not gonna pay them the second amount until after the show's
Yeah,
done.
so then we don't have to come
Well,
back
we
and do
authorize the whole
another
payment now.
Yeah.
We don't have to do another
You can
purchase order.
use your
I'm agreeing
discretion.
with you.
And the agreement's all etched in stone with the university?
According to the Chief Pete, it is. The only thing, just not to belabor this, but the only thing that if we're gonna do it at the university, which sounds like we are, and they're gonna open the stadium up, and that parking is limited, I have a real problem with, not allowing Castleton residents that paid this $20,000 to be able to have access to this over somebody that comes from somewhere else and hasn't paid a nickel for it. And I'm trying to work out with Pete, like maybe that the stadium parking lot there is only for residents. And, we just try to verify the best we can. If they have a Castleton dump sticker or a beach sticker, that's a telltale sign, but I just think that, if all of a sudden, people come early, because the parade's that day too, and they fill up that stadium or those parking lots, and they're not from Castleton, we just kind of hosed over all those people that just paid their taxes for this stuff.
Right.
Good
That's just my
point.
personal opinion.
That's a good point, oh, Mike. Yeah.
What's the difference though in any other year that's done it that was stopping non-residents from piling into Crystal Beach all day?
Well, now, there's gonna be limited, that parking lot that's the only place you're gonna see those fireworks from, is that stadium or that parking lot. If you're across the road, you aren't gonna see them. The way that the buildings and the hill is, they're not gonna go high enough where you're gonna see them. You might see the light, but you're not gonna be able to watch the show.
We've got plenty of time to dream up a way to give Castleton residents priority.
Yeah.
I would make a motion to approve purchase order number 055366 to Pyrotechnico for the sum of $20,000, and that's for the July 4th fireworks to be had on July 3rd.
Second.
Any discussion? Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I would make a motion to approve purchase order number 055391 for CAI Technologies for the sum of $3,000, and that's the Access GIS annual service and support.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Would make a motion to approve purchase order number 055368 to Fuss and O'Neill for the sum of $4,350 for the Main Street stormwater upgrades.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Just so the board's aware, that included the additional, work on the plans to add the catch basin that's in front of the library and the one on Elm Street into there, so we have elevations and benchmarks so that the contractor can do the work.
Before the paving comes through.
Correct. It has to be done by June 30th before, so they're gonna plan on starting the paving on July 1st, or at least the prep work on July 1st, or thereabouts. Anytime after July 1st, let's put it that way.
Ready for warrants?
Yes.
Spend some money here. Would make a motion to approve warrant number 0226 PC for the sum of $875.55. Warrant number 0226 PB for the sum of $938.55. Warrant number 0226 PST for the sum of $931.91. Warrant number 0323R for the sum of $700. Warrant number 0319 for the sum of $58,289.66. Warrant number 0323 for the sum of $1,931,510.15. Warrant number 0312P for the sum of $20,884.78. And warrant number 0319P for the sum of $19,528.13.
Second.
Any discussion? Yes, sir.
Just want to point out that, because that's a large number, 188,737,000 was,
You better say that number again, Mark.
yeah, I guess I gotta go back.
1,000,000.
$1,887,371 was to Slate Valley.
That wasn't for select board stipends?
There's a stipend, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Mike, what do you want us to do about these?
Those, if you haven't signed it, and you were here for that meeting, which was the last meeting,
I was zooming in.
then you can sign it.
Can I sign it?
Yes.
Okay. So is that what you wanted to sign? These
Yeah,
right
and then
here?
there's one that Mary Lee needs to sign,
Okay,
that you can't.
okay. Just stack those there for Nick. I gotta get this taken care of first.
So Mary Lee can, no, she wasn't here, so she can't.
She wasn't here at all.
Oh, so we'll have 3 signatures on that one. That's for the stipends, the select board stipends.
That's a good one to sign.
So just let me have those back, or Bob, we'll be good.
Yes. Okay, is that what you need, that one?
I think that this will be good.
Okay.
Yeah. Mary Lee wasn't here to vote on them anyway, so it's all good. And the auditor will be happy. Oh, you signed the copies. I need you to sign the originals.
That's kinda what I, yeah, okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. I didn't
You can
think,
do that after you sign
I didn't
those.
think that was gonna cut it, yeah,
I didn't realize you would,
yeah.
I thought you would grab.
They were
the
in my
original-
packet, yeah.
I thought you would grab the originals
Yeah,
off
no.
the stack. So after you sign those, then
Okay.
hit these 3 and
And I'll be
then
done.
the auditors will be happy. Because you and I both know that they only look at 10%.
Make sure I got all
of
those, I think there's some stuck together
they only look at 10% of the stuff, but they'll look at the 10% that we don't get right.
that we have wrong, right?
You're talking to, well, I'll tell you later.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, I know who I'm talking to.
Never done anything horrible, but the only time I ever went fishing without a license was the only time I've ever been asked.
Oh, God, Dick. Talk about bad luck.
That was a poor decision on my part. I was in my 20s.
Okay, it happens.
So I paid the fine.
Yeah.
It was all good.
Take those over.
Didn't do it
Thank you.
again.
That was a poor decision if it was in the Tom Stearns days.
That's what it was.
Yeah, it was, he got you.
He asked me if I had a license. I was in a boatload of, boat with a bunch of guys out on Lake St. Catherine. And I said, I can't lie to you, I don't have one. And he said, well, then I'm gonna have to write you a ticket. So he did.
I have been
He was very polite about it, but
fishing remote streams, bird hunting, so far out that you'd think I was in Canada, and Tom Stearns would walk out from behind a tree. How you doing? Good, Tom. Do you have your license? Of course I do. I don't know, that guy put some miles on it.
he stopped me one time. I was down with my son when my son was just a young guy. And as he was pulling into where we were parking on Otter Creek, I handed Matt's pole back to him. I wasn't fishing, but I had a license. He walked up and said, do you have your fishing license? I said, I do. And he said, okay. And he turned around and walked away. He never asked to see it. He just wanted to know if I had one.
Boy, that man was dedicated.
But he could tell, it must be, that I was telling him the truth. He probably had a good BS meter.
Slide here.
There were no special favors. The law was the law.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's the way it should be, actually, yeah.
All those game wardens back then were out looking for ginseng patches. That's what they were looking for.
Really?
Yeah. My uncle was a game warden. That's what they used to do. I'm gonna
Oh,
go on a
right.
long walk today.
Dave Roden was your uncle, right?
Yeah.
I used to make some good money doing that when I was a young guy. Okay, let's move on to select board comments. Mary Lee?
Yes, I gave you something on chips to make copies for everybody. Did you?
All that stuff was in your mailbox, right? The chips, that, community, some housing thing.
Yes.
You didn't give me back my original.
It's in your mailbox? No?
No.
No, I gave that away. I'll find it.
I'll read it to you.
Put it in
It's
your mailbox.
pretty long to read to me. That's all I have.
Anything else? Okay, we already did the appointments. Mark?
Two things. When did you say they're doing the stormwater?
In the
On Main
village?
Street? Yeah.
Before June 30th. We haven't put out for any kind of bid yet.
They're doing the survey or starting the work?
To do the work. The survey's been done.
Okay. And that's gonna go right down next to this building?
Yeah, out behind the basketball court is and stuff. Yes,
The basketball court's gonna be dug up?
it will be dug up.
So June 21st, that project's gonna be underway?
No, the part on the street has to be done before June 30th. Once they're out of the right-of-way for V-Trans, the rest of the project is just gonna be, we haven't even put out the bid yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
The
We have the
work-
bicycle rodeo scheduled for Father's Day.
Oh, it won't be done
on
by
the
June
basketball
21st.
court. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah, no.
that'll be fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Still, should still be there.
Okay, good. And the other thing I wanted to mention was I talked to you about the wood chipper. I went up and looked at it. That's got a Perkins engine in it. They're not available used. The only thing I can find is a reman that's $12,000 or $13,000, way more than that machine is worth. So I think that it's either junk or we have Evan take the head off it and see if we can, if it looks solid enough to replace that one piston. That, where was it at?
Champlain Valley,
Champlain.
maybe, something.
They said it had a bad piston. I looked that thing over. I can't see where there's been a bolt on it that was taken off, but maybe it was. I know they charged us a lot of money, said they took it apart and put it back together.
Yeah.
I would be interested in investigating if it's got all new gaskets and stuff in it, cause I make sure that we didn't pay for that. If you disassembled it and reassembled it.
I would like you to go take a look at it,
Okay.
because boy, it didn't look it to me.
I would agree on knocking one piston in and calling it good.
I mean, it's rolling the dice. I know that we could guide Evan through it, and it would cost $1,000, and maybe we get a couple more years out of it.
Renting it's expensive, renting it, having one available when we need it is, and borrowing the one, we asked Pulteney, they said that we could borrow theirs, but if we break it, we have to fix it, and we still don't have one.
That's a super high wear piece of equipment.
Yeah, especially if we.
All the parts are available for it. You know, they still make kind of the same machine.
Yeah.
It's $116,000 for a new one.
Yeah.
Do you have this, do you know what engine it was?
Yep.
No, and I want to thank Mark for all the stuff he's done on Copart, selling stuff, but he did foster that whole process to sell the van from the fire department, and that sold for $5,000.
And it didn't take long either, did it, Mark?
Wow.
It did not take long. The right customer was right there.
What'd it take you, like 2 days, 3 days, something like
2
that?
days.
We're struggling on the old 1-ton truck though, huh?
Yeah, I just text you a picture of it. That's the
Okay.
33775.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else, Mark?
No, I'm good.
Rob?
I got nothing.
Bob?
I'm good.
So do I. I've got nothing. So we'll go on to action items. Okay, action items. We got a,
I'm gonna draft a letter tomorrow.
for Act 181.
Correct, tomorrow morning.
Mike's gonna check, with, our attorney about this tax status of the medical center. And Mike and Mark are gonna come up with a plan for Dewey Field, playground equipment. And Rob and I are gonna redo the sewer ordinance, and I got Rob's 181 letter twice. Anything else?
Yeah, we're gonna meet tomorrow,
Oh, yeah, you and I are gonna meet with, Mr. Pike.
and then Bob.
2 o'clock.
And 2 o'clock, we're gonna meet.
At the
about
town
traffic.
office?
Yep.
Yep.
And I'm gonna send emails out to our representatives to let them know about the.
I'll provide a little excavator for that
181,
project down here, if you, that's what you need. Got a blade on it and a bucket and all that.
B.
And I can run it too if I have to.
Okay, great.
Just, you can put that down there.
So that was all the action items?
Thank you.
So we need an executive session for litigation.
What's the number on that one?
I don't know, is it on the folder?
No, which is it for?
Litigation, I would think, wouldn't you
The
think?
last time the same one that we're talking about, the last time we did it under personnel.
For this one?
Yeah. That's the one, last meeting, right?
I don't remember what we did it under, to be honest with you.
I'm pretty sure it was
Two-
personnel.
Yeah, I'll let you know if Jess is gonna be home, but I think she's gotta take Minnie to Burlington, so.
Well, I think they should be.
Helen, 150, 150.
I don't know what the statute is.
Yeah, I don't have a litigation on the,
We put it in the minutes for person.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was listed in personnel, so I remember that.
It kind of fits in all of those.
Well, I guess we could call it personnel.
okay. I move to find that premature general public knowledge regarding the personnel matter at hand will put the board at a substantial disadvantage because of the sensitive nature of the personnel situation.
Second?
Moved and seconded,
You gotta call.
all in
it.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move that we enter into executive session to discuss the personnel matter under the provisions of V.S.A. 313, 3A3.
Second?
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. We are in an executive session with the board and the town manager at 8:59.